Welcome to your trial of Clarity by Rego. This video will help you get started. One of our Rego representatives will be contacting you to walk you through some setup processes, show you key features, as well as discuss any goals or needs that you may have. And of course, we'll answer any questions about using Clarity. Today, let's talk about navigation, creating projects, and project basics. After logging into Clarity, you'll notice a menu on the left-hand side. These are modules. Each one is available to you to use within inside of Clarity by Rego. In the middle of the page is where the module display area is. Right now within project tiles. So the project tiles display here. There's also some pretty cool self-help features that you can use. One is going to be the checklist at the bottom right-hand side. This will get you familiar with some of the basic navigations and things to do within Clarity. But we also have another area as well that's called self-help, which you can find videos, quick reference guides, and it's all topic driven. So you can find exactly what you need where you are. In order to really get things started, let's create a new project. We'll use the New from Template button that we'll see here on the left-hand side. Once we click on that, we'll get a Select a Template screen. In this example, we'll be using the Major Project template. Then once we have that selected, we'll go ahead and click Next in the bottom right-hand corner. A quick little pop-up will display with the project name and the start and finish date. For the project name, for right now, we're just going to call it New Project. Don't worry, we'll change this later, and of course, you can name your project whatever you need. The date fields are next, and you can use the calendars to select the next calendar month, or you can use the drop down here to select the individual start date, as well as the calendar for the finish date for your project. Notice that you can use the left and right arrows to navigate through different years and different months. After the fields are filled out, we'll go ahead and click the Create button to create our new project. Projects do contain quite a bit of information, but we divide up into project summary, stakeholders, and settings with the different sections. Note within the project summary field that the project name as well as the start and finish date are already populated based on what we previously filled out. But let's go ahead and change the project name. So instead of keeping it New Project, for our example, we'll go ahead and change it to Update SQL. Other fields like project type that have a few different values that you can choose from is able to be selected. And work status to the right of that has requested, on hold, active, canceled, and completed to help you along with your software development lifecycle. The objective field is an open text field where you can just freeform type in whatever your objectives are. And if you notice, we haven't hit a save button yet. Clarity automatically saves it as you go through an update. With inside of stakeholders, these fields work exactly the same. We'll use the sponsor field as an example. Within the drop down, you can search for individual names that are here. You can also use the scroll on the right-hand side to select the individuals that you need to do. Again, the other fields like project management office and the finance and governance work exactly the same using the drop down or the search feature. Within inside settings, we do have the banner color, which is able to be changed with just a simple drop down, making it easier for you to identify the projects you want. Next, up in the top section, we're going to click on tasks. This is where our project schedule lives. And because of the template that we chose, we do have all these different tasks that we're able to utilize. Now, these do have the parent-child relationships, and you can click on it just to rename the individual tasks that you want to suit what you need. You can also change any of the dates by using the same date feature that we saw earlier. You can also right-click and delete them as you see fit. So you can modify the schedule however you like to best suit your needs. Of course, the schedule isn't complete without being updated, which means you can update the status field for not started, started, or complete, as well as update the % complete on the right-hand side over here. You can set them to started with 1% will start it off, but you can also zero them back out. Another great feature is the board view, enabling you to be able to do a drag and drop by these cards that are used with inside of Clarity to denote the different statuses, like not started, started, or complete. The card may not have all the information, so you can click on details on the right-hand side to get the expanded view of the details within inside of the task. You can also drag and drop an additional card to the right-hand side to denote that it's started, but you can also modify their placement in any of the columns just by dragging and dropping them on top of each other to give some sort of priority order for them. What project wouldn't be complete without a status report? Clicking on status in the top navigation row, we're able to see the status report here. And within the top section, we do have the project name, the report date, the project ID, and even the milestone timeline that's listed. Right here, we do have the schedule status. There's also the scope status and cost and effort status. All of these have on track, needs help, and at risk, and will modify the overall status on the right-hand side based on what you selected. Right now, these are all green, but if we change one of these to needs help, you'll see that the overall status changes as well. Based on how many are there and what statuses they are, the overall status will change to denote whether or not your project's overall status is needs help or maybe on track or even at risk. Some additional fields are status report update as well as key accomplishments. Both of these fields are free-form text and you can enter the information however you see fit. Now that we have the information filled out, let's go ahead and preview what this status report would look like by clicking on preview. A PDF file will load and you're able to download the information by using the download button, but you can also publish it to make it a final or finished version. Once you're done, you can go ahead and click close and you'll be brought back to the status report page. Additionally, with inside of projects, some major things that you can track is risk, issues, and changes. They all act exactly the same, so in this example, we'll just use risks. To create a new risk, we click on the plus sign, also known as the add row button, and give it a name. So this could be any name that you're coming with. In this particular one, we'll say that we're looking at the stakeholders requirements is going to be our risk. Now, once we click off the name field, it'll flash just for a second, and then we can add in the different category types. As you can see here, these are all out of the box. And for this one, we'll click on sponsorship. The next section is priority, probability, and impact, each having a low, medium, and high rating. You can change those at will, and then you can also look at the impact date and a targeted resolution date. This is the same date field that we've seen previously. Now, some additional fields you may want to add in could be assumptions as well as descriptions, and these columns can be moved by dragging and dropping. These are free-form text fields, just like the other ones that you've seen previously, like objective, as well as the ones on the status report. So you can add in the description as well as the assumption, and then you are free to just click off to the side, the record saves, and off you go. Thanks for watching the Getting Started with Clarity by Rego. One of our representatives will be with you soon. Until then, you can find more information at clarityppm.com.